Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. First up, for the bots, entertainment only, for the bots and the sensors. Yep, we're here entertaining away. Oh my goodness, if only it was entertaining. Okay, where do I start? First of all, I'm on a little bit late. I do apologise. I was waiting for my daughter to head to work. Husband's away for work at the moment, so it's just me and the furs in here. For those that are following the there's Sneaks doing a quick escape up the hallway. For those that are following the eye scenario, they cleared up while I was up at my father-in-law's. Well, not totally, but I was up there for 2 nights, and they really started to come good. Came home yesterday afternoon, and so obviously it's something here still. So beautiful sunny day. Couch cushions have been stripped and washed. Blankets have been stripped. You name it. It's all going through the wash, and some things have been thrown out, going through the wash with the new washing powder. So let's see if that helps at all. Oh, man. What a saga. But at least I know it's not my moisturizer that I'm using, which is no fragrance, no chemical. It's not my my husband at all. It's not, I'm hoping it's not the furs. Anyhow, let's see where we go. Right, Kilmer Albrego Garcia has been detained again by ICE in Baltimore. Apparently, a lawsuit was filed that they were going to send him basically straight away to Uganda. A lawsuit has been filed that has paused that for a couple of days. Apparently, if he pleaded guilty, they were going to send him to Costa Rica. But if he's not guilty, then why should he have to plead guilty to actually get a better deal? It's just absolutely unbelievable. And what is happening at the moment, and you'll notice it more and more, that certain people are being thrust into the spotlight as the face of certain events that are happening, and they basically have no choice but to step into that role, and they will step into that role amazingly. So I'm going to throw a really quick couple of cards. I'm just going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot deck because it's the easiest for others to follow, and just ask how that's going to go for Kilmer Abrego Garcia. When he was sent to El Salvador, I think he's going to have a victory at some stage and be reunited with his family. I was just watching Kevin from Loving Vibrations, and he got really bad, sending to Uganda but coming back. When he was sent to El Salvador, I did have him coming back. I then had him going to somewhere like, and I'm going to say Mexico, but it could have been Costa Rica, because not being from that part of the world, they're in similar zones for the climate, and they speak English, etc., which was what I was picking up on. Okay, we've got some sort of deal happening here, and we've got strength, but it's also something to do with shutting the mouth of the orange Leo, and I believe the orange twerp has Leo, as his moon is in Leo or is rising or something along those lines. Okay, how's things going to go? Okay, bruised and battered, back up against the wall. Pretty much he's going to be out of options, but he's then going to be presented with, well, you do this or you do that, choices, and let's see what the next card is. And then we've got the Sun card, the joy, the win, the things being fully exposed. So I'm not getting bad cards for him. I do feel like really back in jail, his choices being limited, or should I say his backups against the wall. Let's have a look. But there's the Star of Hope and Healing, the Star of Balance. and him becoming a star, the face of this ICE deportation. I haven't heard him speak, but I do wonder if he's quite articulate, because we've got the articulate messenger here. So show me what's going to happen with Kilmer Abrego Garcia. He's been detained again in Baltimore. There is a lawsuit delaying his deportation to Uganda, of all places. He's been told, I believe, that if he pleads guilty, he can go to Costa Rica. What's going to happen with Kilmer Abrego Garcia? This is not what I was actually going to read on, but let's follow this, because this is quite, as I said, he's been thrust into the limelight. Okay, he's been thrust into being the face. Everybody around the world knows who Kilmer Abrego Garcia is, which is why the regime are so desperate to shut him down and get rid of him. But come on down, let's have a look. And yes, in case you were wondering, I did wash this as well. This cloth has been washed. So the first card out was the Hierophant. It is some sort of higher authority ruling coming down. This may go as far as the Supreme Court, or this could just simply be, let's see where it goes, because this could simply be the regime making a decree, basically making a statement and then ordering it to happen. It's basically similar along the, word came down. Thank you. What I'm getting, word came down saying make him go away. Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm getting. Somebody with the power. Now this isn't the orange twerp. This is whomever is, Miller. Okay. Oh, speaking of Miller, Afefe from Touched by Tarot did a fabulous reading on both Laura Loomer and Miller. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Go and check that out, because a lot of you have asked me to read on Miller. And I haven't, because there's only so much each of us can deal with. So go over to Touched by Tarot, FFA, and check that video out. But yeah, this is some sort of order, some sort of decree has come down from on high, basically saying make it go away, make it happen. Right. Challenged by the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands can, she can be the, selling herself out queen of the deck, but I don't feel this is it. I don't know what judge it's going in front of. It might be a female judge, where an order is put down to stay. I'm feeling it's going to be stayed, but let's see where it goes. The Wheel of Fortune is the energy that Garcia is in at the moment. This was his destiny. As awful, ghastly as it is, he is in this lifetime for this role. This was his karma. This was his destiny, to be this person that the whole world knows his name and knows his plight and is watching. So this is the energy he's in at the moment. In the past, disappointment in what was on offer. I think he was in the US on a visa, of a citizenship visa or some sort of thing. I've totally lost track of what it was. But we've got in the past the offer that, sorry, that's Bindi scratching on the rug. An offer was made. Oh, okay. Plead guilty and you can go to Costa Rica. Yeah, an offer was made that he did not want to take because he is not guilty. It's like, just why should one be forced to plead guilty to something that one is not guilty of, because they offer a more lenient sentence of some sort? Okay, so this was the offer, didn't take it. Crowning the reading is the Four of Pentacles. So the energy about what's happening here, the Four of Pentacles, the documentation, holding on with the documentation. So there's documentation being lodged. I think he's also got more to bring as well, more to share. He's got some horrific stories to share, but this is him holding on to what is really important to him. It's a lot of hard work that is going on behind the scenes in the legal system. Externally for him, we've got the simplicity of the past, the gift from the past. He didn't want this role. He doesn't want this role, but he's got no choice but to accept it. He just wants to live. He wants to live in peace with his wife, with his children, to be a contributing member of society. He just wants to live a simple life. He didn't ask for this, he didn't want it, but it is his destiny. And yeah, it's the anguish, the nightmare situation, the uncertainty, the paranoia that he's got going on within his mind at the moment. I cannot, as a squeaky white old woman living in Australia, I cannot for a moment imagine the depths of despair that these people must be feeling. Okay, the hopes and fears that he's going to get sent overseas. It's up in the air, it's unbalanced, there are decisions that need to be made. But we've got the stay here. So it's been stayed for 2 days, but it may even be stayed for longer, because here we've got things taking time, things being paused and contemplated, and swords are the legal system. Then we've got a celebration, and then we've got him leaving. So I have always seen that he won't stay in the US. I keep getting that he goes to Mexico. I've said Mexico or Canada, but I'm feeling more it's Mexico. Or he may voluntarily choose to go to Costa Rica. But he's not going to, I don't feel he's going to plead guilty. You've got here the Queen of Swords, strategy being brought forward, legality challenging. We've got here a legal decision to be made, but then we've got the Sun card, which is about freedom, it's about joy, bruised, battered, back up against the wall. But we have here the King of Cups, who is a mature negotiator. Yep, that's Bindi. A mature negotiator, a diplomatic, benevolent leader. It might go beyond the Queen of Wands. His lawyer might be the female, the Queen of Wands. And the King of Wands might be the judge. The ruling coming down will come down pretty quickly. We've got here lies, deceit, the attempt to steal, the betrayal. I think the case against him is going to be full of holes. And then we've got justice. We've got things coming forward very quickly. We've got the burden, a hard road to travel. This could also be the overreach of those that have him. There's a lot of information coming out. I think the charges against him, first of all, I'm going to say are trumped up, are fake. It's overreach. I think it's going to be exposed as such. And then there's going to be some sort of deal that's made behind the scenes. So an out-of-court settlement or something along those lines. The orange twerp is going to call it a win, but it's not, with the Tower card there. So this isn't over by a long shot for Garcia. but as I said, he did not ask for this. He does not want it, but it is the soul. Oh, there's snakes poking his head around the corner. But it is the soul contract that he agreed to. And then we've got the moving on, the new opportunity, maybe a financial payout to make him go away. And we have the World card, bringing an end to a chapter. And then we have the Two of Cups. It was. I'm just going to say it was his soul contract to come at this time. So I'm just going to say I don't feel that ICE have a leg to stand on. He is very public, so I don't think the regime are going to be able to slip him out of the country without anybody knowing. I think he is going to be offered some sort of out of court choice. I don't feel he's going to plead guilty just to get a easier deal, but it's almost like there'll be an out of court offer where, you know, if we give you this money, you leave the country voluntarily type thing, is what I feel. Okay, well, that was 16 minutes. I might throw on the end of it. I believe Lena said something about drones attacking Mexico, and I believe Sterling has said something about it as well. I'm not feeling that. I Googled, the only thing I could find about the orange twerp threatening drones was from April 2025. You know, this is 4 months ago. Goodness me, 4 hours is a long time with this baboon's backside in the White House. Oh, goodness. Watch the comedians in the car. I posted that in my post section with Jerry Seinfeld and Barack Obama. And it had shots of Barack Obama in the White House, in the Oval Office. And boy, oh boy, it was such a dignified, mature setting back in those days. It had stateliness about it. It had, you know, the scent of quality. You look at it now and it looks like a bloomin', what did Lena call it? A Russian brothel. Oh, goodness me. Or a Dubai shopping mall. It's just tacky, tacky, tacky. Sorry if you don't mean to say Dubai shopping malls are tacky, but just the gold everywhere. Okay, let's have a look. Will the orange twerp or someone in the regime order drone attack on Mexico? I'm using my yes/no cards. There's 12 yes, 12 no's, and 2 blanks. Will the orange twerp or anyone in the regime order a drone attack on Mexico? Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. 2 yeses. 3 yeses. 4 yeses. Okay, right. Does look like it's going to happen. So let's get a little bit of a story about that. Wasn't what I was wanting to hear. Okay, I'm going to use the mystical manga cards. My guides sort of tell me which cards to grab. Oh, open day this weekend. Hopefully, put out the vines for a sold sticker going on the signage out the front. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune as I split the deck. Times are changing. It's only a matter of time. Karma, you name it. But then we have the Prime Minister of Mexico, fiery, powerful, bringing a strong message backwards. He is desperate to start a war that he can resolve between Mexico and Venezuela. He tried with Iran, he tried with, where was the other one? Lebanon, I think it was. Syria, he's been desperate to start a war so he can solve it. And every time you turn around, he's solved more of them. Okay, I think she's going to be bringing out a really fiery message that's going to force old taco tits, to quote the iHip girls. force him to back off. And then we've got some sort of conversation happening, discussion happening, diplomacy happening, and things are going to be suspended. So I do feel that he's going to threaten it. He's going to claim it as a victory, but it was actually a loss, is what I'm getting there. And he will. So what are we? How many wars are we up to now? I think we're up to 10. That was yesterday. Are we up to 17 wars that he's solved now? This will be another one to add. So just show me very quickly. I'm not going to ask about the threat. Will drones be actually sent into Mexico? Come on down, let's have a look. Yes, and there's Bindi. And if you can hear some scritching, that spot heading off across the floor. Okay, the Five of Pentacles. The loss, disappointment, out in the cold, feeling abandoned. I don't know that this is Mexico though. And there's Spot heading up the hallway. The tariffs. Oh, and the eyes, that's not Spot's medication. The eyes were playing up weeks and weeks before he started his medication. And yes, I am very careful with it. This is in retaliation for Mexico not doing a deal with the tariffs, is what I'm getting. Basically, what's happened is Mexico and Canada have found themselves new markets. So this anguish and despair, Donny no deals. I'm just feeling this is because he got shunned in regards to the tariff deal. Oh, speaking of the tariff deals, just put that down for a moment. I have had to suspend my shop, for my online shop, for the my intuitive cards, and I do apologize for that. If you're not in the US, you can still buy them, but we'll have to work out how to get payment through and all the rest of it, because Australia Post is not delivering, not sending packages to the United States until this tariff BS is sorted out, because there's nothing set up to collect the tariff, to collect the tariff at the port of entry. So in other countries, so for example in Europe and stuff like that, when you do an order online, what will happen is that you will be automatically charged the tariff or the VAT or the sales tax or whatever you like to call it, and a message is sent for me to write it on the parcel that you've already paid it. There's nothing like that in the US. It's just chaos. So what's happened is that Australia Post has said, we're not going to send parcels to the US, because what will happen is it will get to the US, it will get stuck in customs. Customs will then contact the receiver to say, you've got to pay this fee before we'll release your parcel. And it just doesn't make sense. And what happens then if the fee's not paid? The parcel then needs to get returned to Australia, because it's just a schmozzle. It's just an absolute FC up. An F and C up. You know what I'm talking about. So I do apologise. I have had to do a refund, but I've had to close the shop because I mean, I could send them via courier, but that would double the cost of sending. It's just an absolute nightmare. Anyhow, enough me burbling about that. That was the quokka moment. Yeah, I think it's nothing to do with the cartels. He's upset, he feels shunned, he feels betrayed because Mexico aren't doing a tariff deal. Yeah, thigh deep in the swamp. So my question was, is he actually going to attack? The Two of Swords. So thigh deep in the swamp, the defensive arms crossed, could go either way. Eyes shut, could go either way. I don't think he's decided, because it's nothing to do with the fentanyl cartels. We've got here the energy that he's stewing in is his legacy, the oligarchs, end of a cycle. We know, okay, thank you. We know that he is at the end of his time. It's like the final. So what happens is, when you're going through life, you get options for an off-ramp, and you can choose to take them or not. But you do eventually receive, and when I say off-ramp, I mean passing away. Uh, like if you feel that something's not right, you have the choice to go to the doctors or not. If you find out something is not right, you have the choice of treatment or not. You have the choice of, I feel really tired. Do I drive this 4 hours that I got to drive, or do I pull over and have a sleep in the car park of the McDonald's or something? You know what I mean? Like, you have choices. And depending on which choice you take, you can come to the end of your life, or you can continue on. Now, you will finally, every single one of us, get to one final off-ramp, and there is no choice. It is the end. And he is really fast approaching that end. So what's happening is, and the oligarchs that are backing him, those that are trying to get their Project 2025 and their budget BS pushed through, are becoming even more desperate, because they know once he's gone, they know Vance is not liked. They know he's amenable, but he's not liked. They have this urgency to get these their wants through prior to the orange twerp for doing his final fall off the twig and ending up on the wrong end of the grass. So this is end of cycle stuff that he's in at the moment, and he is considering his legacy, and he wants to leave money to his kids. And I don't know that he's actually got a lot. I know he's been raising squillions, but he's also got squillions of debt that he owes as well. Okay, in the past, we got the Page of Cups, something unexpected, emotional unexpectedness that comes forward. We know that he's not, what did he say? That he's that he's not a dictator, that he's got common sense, which we know is absolute BS. This is stinky fish out of Denmark that he's trying to present in the past. We've got the star card. Now, is this, crowning this reading, is this them wanting to be the star, or is this simply a rebalancing that brings hope and healing? And hopefully I'm thinking it's the latter, and it's also the best of democracy. The Knight of Cups, an offer being made. Here we've got the juggling externally, so immediate future, some sort of offer being made, juggling. I'm thinking that they may threaten, but what they may say, looking at this card, is if you come to the table and make a tariff deal, we won't. It's got tariff stench all over it. Internally, a naive offer being made. So are they going to do it? I don't think they are, but I think they're going to threaten to do it. Hopes and fears, putting Mexico on the back foot. He does not like the Mexican Prime Minister, President Scheinbaum, is that her name? He does not like her at all. He wants to put her on the back foot in a defensive position, but there might be some pushback. It's all about the money. 8 of Pentacles, all about the money. Not liking what's on offer, trying to, this is tariff rejection. Absolutely. trying to harvest what has been sown and using mercenary actions to do so with that Knight of Coins. The Hermit finding himself isolated or finding themselves isolated, and it does shine a light in the swamp, on the swamp here. We've got then the Queen of Coins. Again, this might be the female, I think she's Prime Minister. I apologise if she's wrong. I'm not actually looking from her point of view. Protecting her own and exposing absolutely everything that the White House is doing. Yeah, I don't think they're actually going to, they're going to threaten. The regime is going to threaten, but I think it's to, hey, Spotty Dog. Yeah, smoochy moochy, of course, because I'm giving Spot a cuddle. Bindi hops up and wants one as well. And then Sneaks the cat, meow, give me one too. Haven't got enough hands. Yeah, I think they're going to threaten, but that threat is in an attempt to force Mexico to the tariff bargaining table. We'll see how it goes. Okay, love to you all. That's way long enough. Catch you shortly. Lots to look at today. Take care.